Okay, so I'm just going to go over some housekeeping issues to get us started. As you hopefully remember, grades were posted progress 1, so that's just your progress grade. Then we'll do a progress 2, I think, in November. I'd have to look up the date, and then your final grade. So this is just sort of a checkpoint of where you are. Now we'll be sending out copies of the notices of what your current grade is. So if it's lower than you want, obviously plenty of time to get it up, but let it serve as a reminder, time to get it up. And what I'm noticing right now is mainly it's just where there are any dips in grades, it's a matter of simply not turning in the work. So that's an easy fix. So with that though, I want to go over some reminders. So the discussion questions, those are like your bell ringers. So as you remember, when you came to school in person, first thing you would do in most classes is you come in, you get your bell ringer done. That's what my discussion questions are. And I'm seeing a lot of people, this is across the board, not getting those done. And that's gonna hurt grades. Having a bunch of zeros for not doing a bell ringer is gonna tank a grade really fast. So they aren't meant to be lengthy. They're meant to be conversation starters. They're meant to enrich and supplement the content. So as I've said before, I don't believe in busy work. I want these to be meaningful. So 2 things, a lot of times they're what's going on in this image. I might show some videos, little 3-minute documentary shorts, ask for feedback on them. So for starters, they should be things to supplement what we are learning in class, via visuals, via composition, via storytelling, whatever the topic. But secondly, and this is really important to me, is communication skills. You're developing communication skills, which I would argue is one of the most important skills in life, because we have to communicate with people, be it your teachers, be it your future employer, your parents, other family members, people you're in a relationship with. Think about how much trouble can come when you've had bad communication, or the communication hasn't been good and there's been misinterpretations that can cause horrible conflict with one another. So communication skills are so, so, so important. So that's what I'm looking for in these discussions, is good communication skills. So I want to remind you to review the rubrics. I've been pretty generous in my grading of them, but I'm going to we're in a routine now, so I'm going to really be following those rubrics a lot more now. So that was just me kind of as a courtesy and showing some grace as we got used to the system. So let's work on that. And when I give you feedback, let's listen. Let's not respond in text chat or, oh yeah, I agree. Oh yeah, that's a cool image. I like it because it's cool. That's not good communication. Okay, so challenge yourself to do that. I will be closing the discussion questions now on Friday nights at midnight. So no more of this, discussion question that should take you 5 minutes open for 6 weeks. 2 reasons. 1, it's going to motivate you to get it done. Okay, if you know, oh, she's never going to close, I can go back into the semester and answer it. You're not participating in a discussion, because sometimes I will ask you to respond to your classmates, but you're also not keeping up with the current content of the class. Secondly, it's really kind of a disservice to me as your teacher and not showing respect for me and my time, because if I have to keep going back, 4, 5, 6 weeks back, oh, did so-and-so ever do their discussion, and that's just a lot extra on me, and I don't need that stress either. And 2, it's going to add stress on you. If you know at the end of this semester, oh gosh, I need to go back and do 2 months worth of discussions, that's going to throw you into stress mode and overwhelm mode. So hopefully this will be a happy happy thing for all of us. Okay, so get those done. Again, if for some reason you miss one, on a Tuesday, no, you have until that Friday. But Friday at midnight, I'm closing them to comments, so you will not be allowed to go back and comment on them. My best suggestion, like right now, when we don't have one today, but we will tomorrow. So when you're waiting for your classmates to join the Zoom, open up a tab, get the discussion question done. I mean, it's the perfect time. You're sitting here, you're waiting, you're twiddling your thumbs, just knock out your discussion question and then you're done. And then you can cross something off your list. Assignments, same thing. I'm not going to leave those open indefinitely. I have not been imposing any late penalties. It's up in the air if I do. I mean, I put that in my syllabus that's what I normally do, but we're not in normal circumstances. People are getting used to these schedules. So I've really kind of just decided not to be throwing those late penalties out there under the current conditions. So that is subject to change because it is my normal policy. However, with that, I'm also not going to leave them open indefinitely. I will leave them open longer than the discussions because they're projects that we're starting to get into, but they're not going to be open for 6 weeks. So that will be on a case-by-case basis. If it's a simple photography project, maybe 2 weeks. If it's a longer video project, maybe 3 weeks. It'll be case-by-case, but it will be clearly defined in the assignments. So with that, any questions about expectations and deadlines and on your discussion / bell ringers and project assignments? Any questions? Thank you, Alexis. Owen, Aiden, all good? Makes sense? Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay, cool. All right, so next, I am going to be posting in the announcement section a code to join a play pose it, I guess is how you pronounce it. You may have done them as like fun games. I'm going to do them as that in that format later as well. But from now on, obviously the expectation has always been if you miss class for one reason or another, you need to watch the Zoom recording. I don't know that people are doing that. And for example, today what I just told you was important information. So to ensure that you get the information that you're watching them, I am starting these new things where I will upload the recording, but then when you go back to watch it, it stops at certain points in the video and asks you a question. So when I upload this one, I'll be like, how long will discussion questions be up? The person who watches it would be like until Friday at midnight. So it's just to ensure that everyone's getting the information and I know they're getting it. And the easy way is just to show up to these, what you're doing right now. Y'all are awesome. So, and you three have been amazing about showing up. So just keep doing that and you don't even have to worry about that. But, there might be a time when you have a doctor's appointment or a conflict. Those things happen that, I do want to just make sure you have the information. So I'll be sending the code out for that. So join that so I can assign you that because it'll be separate from, I'll still post the Zoom. So like, let's say we had a discussion or a brainstorm and you want to go back and listen to it, it'll still be in the normal Zoom recording places. So you don't have to stop and answer questions. You can watch it all the way through. So, sorry about that. So we got bells and whistles everywhere. So that's all I have on housekeeping issues. So with that, I wanted to let you know that so Alexis, did you say you had access to Adobe? Was that still working for you? Alexis, did you hear me? I've gotten to, okay, so what we'll do is first, so I heard from the IT department Friday, and they're already getting these Adobe codes out now for the new Adobe Creative Cloud. So, so Alexis, maybe just hang tight, because I feel like those, I can't believe our old ones that expired in April are even still working. But they've got the new ones to get the Adobe Creative Cloud. So that is in the works right now. I'm sending him names today and to get that set up. So, excuse me. So assuming that that will happen here, like in the next day or two, I don't know how quickly he can deploy it once he gets the names. We will be able then to start getting into our G-metrics training for, excuse me, the Premiere Pro projects and such. So with that, I'm kind of waiting to hear back from him today to see the timeline, because that's going to affect what assignment I start getting into immediately, or if I'm going to do something else. So I don't have any assignment or anything to get you going today. I hope to have, now tomorrow, this block, we do not meet. We will, but check Canvas. That's important. Check Canvas tomorrow, because I will have updated information. I will have a bell ringer for you, and we will get moving with your first video project for this class. And even if we can't get it on the Adobe, as I said, it'll probably just change a little bit what I'm going to do with it. But regardless, we'll be getting to your video project here this week, your first one. So that is all I have for this block. And also Alexis and Owen, this I'm kind of doing a combo, because the same kind of applies to the second block with the other class, the Adobe class. So this is it for both this block and the one that y'all are also in. So with that, I will open up. Do you have any other questions? I know it's sort of a slow start back, but we'll get moving tomorrow. So any questions? And if you don't, you can just type no. Is everyone tired? Tired to come back? Okay, well, it doesn't look like we have any questions. If you do, just, you know, to reach out to me. And of course I will, even though we're not going to meet on Zoom tomorrow. I'll be here. I'm meeting with a different group during this time slot, but you can still pop in at any time during the day. And if I'm right here in front of my computer and not with another group, I can speak with you, or as always, you know that you can email me.